Salutations! A right welcome be ye to the 17th episode and the medieval chapter of RunitBack. I am your host, Sir Kyler Elliott, and a most wondrous spectacle doth lie before us on this very day. As is our custom, we bear tidings from the sporting fields of KU and the trials of the professional champions. Verily, my spirit doth leap with such fervor for this show that my excitement can scarce be contained. I deem this very broadcast shall be the finest yet in our entire ledger. Permit us to joust our way into Run It Back. KU football doth bid us wait yet longer for the coveted boon of bowl eligibility, having suffered a grim defeat by Arizona after a late rush and a grievous touchdown. Women's basketball has commenced their season with 2 glorious victories and shall next face the challenge of Lamar on Wednesday. Volleyball continueth their triumphant streak of wins, having bested the forces of Colorado and Cincinnati in their recent contests. Women's soccer came so near to seizing the Big 12 championship, yet did they fall short to BYU in the final skirmish. Now let us turn back the pages of this chronicle as the brave Zach doth present the full breakdown of the KU football company.
Thank you, Sir Kyler. KU football traveled down to Tucson, Arizona this past weekend to take on the Arizona Wildcats. The game that most Jayhawk fans thought would make KU bowl eligible ended in favor of Arizona after a last-second scoring drive that led to Arizona's victory 24-20. With how explosive Arizona's offense has been all season, KU's defense held up extremely well, holding Arizona to 323 total yards, almost 100 yards less than their season average. The Jayhawk defense showed it even more, sacking the quarterback 5 times and nearly having 3 interceptions, one of those, of course, being the pick 6 from Leroy Harris that would have put KU up big at halftime, but was unfortunately called back because of holding. Instead, Arizona was able to build momentum going into halftime as they scored right before half to cut the lead to 3. With both teams fighting to become bowl eligible, the winner of the game was going to come down to who made the first mistake in clutch time. After a defensively dominated third and fourth quarter, it came down to Laith Marjan to make a 30-yard field goal to put the Jayhawks up 6 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. And sadly, he missed it right. Even with how well the defense had played all game, all the momentum was in favor of Arizona, and they were able to drive down the field in a 2-minute drill and end the game with a 24-yard touchdown run from Quincy Craig. As Arizona celebrated their bowl eligibility, KU's bowl future becomes more uncertain with 2 games left in the season. With that loss, KU's record falls to 5-5 on the season, and the Jayhawks have a bye week this weekend. But then they travel to Ames, Iowa to take on the Iowa State Cyclones. For more news and updates on KU football, follow KU football on Instagram and at KU_football on X. Of course, all my thoughts and prayers go out to Kelly Leipold and Coach Leipold in the wake of her recent diagnosis. Now, let's send it over to Jane for an update on KU women's basketball.
Thank you, Zach. I know KU football hasn't had the best season, but luckily there is still some good news for KU fans, as the Jayhawks women's basketball defeated Northwestern State 75-60. And what a dominant performance from the Jayhawks. The Jayhawks looked good as the game started with Samaya Nichols playing with aggression to the first basket of the game with an and one. Samaya Nichols may be a scoring demon, but she's also that point guard vision, as well as contributing 7 assists in the games, proving the team chemistry. And speaking of chemistry, defense, the Jayhawks only allowed Northwestern 23 points in the first 2 quarters. What a good defense game. The Jayhawks forced 17 turnovers from the Northwestern. The transition from those turnovers showed chemistry from Libby, Vandell, and Julia Davis. The freshman Julia Davis popping off in the last night's game against Northwestern. Davis made it look too easy getting past Northwestern's defense. She fits right in with the veteran players, already making incredible plays with her floater. I think your dynamic with Samaya Nichols fits well with their ability to make big plays. Speaking of freshmen, Libby Findell was a great asset to the Jayhawks as she contributed 7 rebounds for the Jayhawks and showed the aggression with getting a block. Another great addition to the Jayhawks is Lily Meister. She's no newbie when it comes to ball. A transfer from Indiana is exactly what we needed, and she got the job done rebounding. Rebounding isn't all she is. She's calm as a cucumber shooting a 3 at the buzzer to end the first quarter. What 3 great additions to add to the team. I think the Jayhawks women's basketball team will do great this season. Don't forget to watch them on Wednesday, November 12th, 6:30 p.m. at Allen Fieldhouse. Stay tuned, updated, follow KUWB Ball on Instagram and X. Now on to Logan with volleyball.
Thanks, Jane. Kansas volleyball returned home this past weekend, taking on Cincinnati on Saturday. In the past 3 times these teams have met, Kansas has dominated every single time, and Saturday was not the exception. The Jayhawks came off of a win over Colorado on Thursday, and they carried that momentum up into their match against Cincinnati. The Jayhawks swept Cincinnati 3-0 to not only claim another win in their 4-game winning streak against Cincinnati, but secure their 9th win in the last 10 matches. Kansas now improves to 19-8 overall and 10-3 in Big 12 play. Aisha Iono was on fire, coming off a career high in kills from the previous match against Colorado. Head coach Matt Ulmer praised Aisha's recent performances, saying,
"Yeah, Aisha's been really important. Again, she's able to side us out in a couple rotations, that we could get stuck in the past." So,
volleyball will have a short break before traveling to Manhattan for a Sunflower Showdown rematch against Kansas State next Saturday. Here's what Coach Ulmer had to say about that.
Rest. Get some rest. I feel like it's been like 6 cold season. Everybody's got down. I think we get a couple days off, which I think we need to, again, for the home stretch here. I'm not used to having 1 match in a week. I haven't been in a conference where that's a thing. So, again, I hope that it serves us well, and then we still can get 3 practices in before we go to K-State. And then against K-State, I thought they served us so tough last time. They played great defense. We're going to have to be much sharper than we were in the last match, and hopefully we'll be motivated for that.
For more updates on KU Women's Volleyball, follow the team on social media and visit KUathletics.com for more coverage. Now to Xander on KU Soccer's Big 12 tournament run.
Thanks, Logan. What a season it's been for the volleyball team. Kansas Soccer has had a pretty good season themselves too, as they just made their 2nd straight Big 12 championship game. But unfortunately, they were not able to finish the job like last season. Coming in as the tournament's 7th seed, the Jayhawks managed to pull off upsets against number 2 West Virginia last Monday and number 3 Colorado last Wednesday to clinch themselves a spot in the conference championship game. Unfortunately, they ran into a tough team who was on a Cinderella run of their own in the number 8 BYU Cougars. The Cougars have had a few upsets of their own in the tournament against number 1 TCU and number 4 Baylor, and they continued their run against the Jayhawks. Despite a valiant effort, the Jayhawks would fall to the Cougars by a final score of 1-0. The game's lone goal came in the 21st minute when Ellie Walbrook somehow managed to put this shot in from deep in their attacking third. The shot went just over redshirt sophomore goalkeeper Sophie Dawes' arms and off the crossbar to put the Cougars up early. The goal was Walbrook's 5th of the tournament, and she would end up winning the Big 12 tournament's most outstanding offensive player. The Cougars would spend a lot of the first half in the driver's seat and on the attack, outshooting the Jayhawks 7-4 in that span. But Kansas went into desperation mode to try and find the tying goal in the second half. They got 13 shots off and had 7 corner kicks, but no opportunity would lead to a score. BYU goalkeeper Chelsea Patterson made 7 saves on the night and would take home the Big 12's most outstanding defensive player. It was BYU's first Big 12 title in program history, and it was a crushing loss for the Jayhawks and their back-to-back dreams. But despite the loss, the Jayhawks season is far from over. Right now, the RPIs project them to be somewhere between a 4 and a 6 seed, meaning they'll most likely have at least 1 home tournament game on campus. The Jayhawks have already had multiple record crowds at Rock Chalk Park this season, and the way they've been performing, they are absolutely worth the watch. After RunitBack is over, go to ncaa.com to watch the selection show and find out what, where, and when the Jayhawks' next game will be. You can also keep up with them on Instagram at Kansas Soccer and on X at KUW Soccer. We'll be back with Kyler after this short break.
KU supports community, creativity, Kansas. The University of Kansas provides statewide medical outreach, first responder training, cybersecurity protection, childhood development support, and economic gains amounting to over $7 billion every year. Every day, Kansas Jayhawks serve the world by creating a better future. The world is safer, healthier, stronger because of what KU creates.
The clever Landon hath returned to bestow upon us the information from the NBA, where every participant seems to be performing most valiantly. The worthy Michael also shall present us a recap of the MLB as that season doth draw to its close. Once more, Xander doth make his return to deliver the Sunday scoreboard for this very week, wherein the Bills are proven to be naught but frauds. And Luke shall transport us back to the dizzying world of F1 following the grand race that took place in Sao Paulo. But first, let us yield the floor to Landon for the accounts from the NBA.
Thank you, Sir Kyler. I'm honestly convinced I'm cursing all of the teams that I cheer for. Obviously, both KU football and basketball lost. My beloved Carolina Panthers lost in typical fashion, and I didn't think I'd seen a lick of success from the Charlotte Hornets. On a more positive note, we're easing into the NBA season, and we're starting to see which teams put in work over the offseason and which teams are tanking for Darren Peterson. Let's start in the East, where the Detroit Pistons, yes, the Detroit Pistons, stand atop the Eastern Conference. Cade Cunningham and Detroit's young core have jumped out to 7-2, and this team really reminds me of that one Drake song. Started from the bottom, now we here. It's awesome seeing historically bad teams find success, and I'm praying that my Charlotte Hornets are up next. Now, I know it's early, but the East could really be anyone's game. Many NBA fans critique the Eastern Conference for not being top-heavy anymore, but that's what makes it so entertaining. We're finally not seeing the same four teams dominate like in the 2010s. The true unpredictability in the East is what gets me excited, and I hope I'm not the only one. Now moving over to the West, I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone, but the reigning champions of the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, have a comfortable 2-game lead over the rest of the conference. The Thunder were the last unbeaten team in the league. Notice how I said were, but were taken down by none other than Denny Avdija and the Portland Trail Blazers. Barring if this Thunder team can stay healthy, I think there's a good chance they make a run at the 2016 Warriors' historic record of 73-9. Our final story of the week, could there be trouble brewing in Los Angeles? The Lakers may be suffering from success, as DJ Khaled would say. LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, 3 stars who need the ball to make plays, but the issue at hand, there's only one ball. The question being, who's going to take a back seat when LeBron returns from injury? For the first time in his career, we may be seeing LeBron James as the third option on his team. An unfortunate dilemma, but I'm excited to see how JJ Redick handles the situation. I apologize for all the rap references I made, so I'm going to wrap this up and send you over to Michael, who's knocking it out of the park with some of the MLB's top plays. Michael, who's been crushing it this year?
With the MLB season officially closing out last week with the Dodgers winning back-to-back titles, it's officially time to revisit this postseason's epic moments with a top 5 2025 MLB postseason hits, pitches, or plays. At number 5, I have the bets to the bag double play, which resulted in the final 2 outs of Game 7 of the World Series. He runs over the second base plate, throws it, and he got him out with a crossbody throw to end the series just like that. At number 4, I have George Springer's lead-off home run, the first pitch of the game in the ALCS. I mean, come on, he sees it, and then wha-bam! No doubt that thing is way out of here. Following that, right at number 3, I have a 3-way tie with all 3 of Shohei Ohtani's home runs from Game 4 of the NLCS. 1 is a lot, 2 is much, but 3 is just absolutely insane, and nothing new for Shohei Ohtani. The runner-up is going to have to be this incredible catch by Andy Pages over his teammate to save the inning. I mean, look at that. He jumps over him and still snags it to force Game 7 into extra innings. Yamamoto is so relieved that his teammate came up clutch. However, it is only fitting that Miguel Rojas' game-tying home run in the 9th inning of Game 7 of the World Series is the number 1 play of the postseason. Clutch if I've ever seen it. I mean, it's got to be maybe the best postseason home run that I have ever seen. Wow, what an electric postseason filled with some amazing moments. And it's been amazing being able to cover all of them. However, they weren't the only thing that was electric, as we had another epic Sunday filled with scoreboards. And who better than Xander to fill us in?
Well, thanks, Michael. Everybody, we are officially over halfway through the NFL season. The trade deadline has passed, contenders are emerging, and Drake May is the MVP favorite. What a time to be alive. Since we've been doing these scoreboards for about 6 or 7 weeks, now I'm going to switch it up a bit today to keep it fresh. Instead of every game briefly mentioned, we're going to talk about the best games of Sunday, and then we're going to take a look at how the playoff picture is shaping up. The morning kicked off in Germany, where the Colts almost blew the game, but then they kicked a field goal to send it into overtime, and Jonathan Taylor did the rest. Taylor rushed for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day, including this game-winning score, to keep the Colts atop the AFC at 8-2 and send the Falcons spiraling to 3-6. Let's move from Germany to an even bigger place, Texas. The Texans hosted the Jaguars, and it looked like the latter was running away with the game. The Jaguars had a 29-10 lead entering the fourth quarter, but Davis Mills led the comeback. After throwing 2 touchdown passes, he ran this score in from 14 yards for the game-winning touchdown. A big-time win for the Texans as they are hunting for a wildcard spot. Now, time for my personal favorite of the day. You know the name, the man, the myth, the legend, often imitated, never duplicated, Travion Henderson. Had 2 long rushing touchdowns, including this 69-yard game-icing touchdown in the 28-23 win over the Buccaneers, to put the Patriots at 8-2 and prove to all the haters, Kyler, that the Patriots are a serious threat to win the AFC. Taking a quick look at the playoff picture, the Colts, Broncos, and Patriots sit at the top of the AFC, with the Chargers and Bills holding on to the top wildcard spots. Notably, the 3-time defending AFC champion Chiefs are still in the hunt, but currently sit outside of the playoff picture. The NFC sees the Seahawks on top, with the Packers, Eagles, and Buccaneers hot on their tail. The wildcard race is also tightly contested as the Rams, Lions, Bears, 49ers, and Panthers are all within 2 games of each other. At the bottom of each conference, I see nothing but disaster. Though they may not be mathematically eliminated, I'm taking the liberty in saying the Titans, Browns, Raiders, Jets, Giants, and Saints are all eliminated from playoff contention. If some of these teams right above them lose, they'll be soon to follow. That's going to do it for me today. Now let's race over to Luke to talk about F1.
Thank you, Xander. This weekend, Formula One was in Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. This weekend was the most entertaining weekend we've had in Formula One for a while. There was big crashes, big battles, beautiful drives, and big implications on the Drivers' Championship. It was a sprint race weekend, meaning before the actual race, there's a shorter race before it. Before the sprint, Lando Norris started on pole and made no mistakes on his way to winning. However, his teammate and championship rival, Oscar Piastri, spun out and smashed into the wall, putting him out of the session. This was a big factor in the championship as Piastri lost 8 points. This saw him fall 9 points behind Norris. The big story of the weekend was all the crashes. The biggest came in the last lap of the sprint race as Gabriel Bortoleto hit the wall at an extremely hard rate. He hit the wall at 57 Gs. Just for context, him experiencing this 57 G crash felt like a weight of over 8,500 pounds was pressing on him. Thank goodness he walked away with no injuries, because that could have been really, really bad. Now, in the race, Oscar Piastri needed to have a good result to help him stay in the championship fight. However, he decided to play bumper cars as he slammed his car into the Mercedes of Kimi Antonelli, resulting in a 10-second time penalty, taking him out of a podium place. This allowed Lando Norris to extend his championship lead to 24 points. The other contender in the championship is Max Verstappen, who probably needed to win this race to keep his title hopes alive. Unfortunately, a horrible qualifying saw him start from the pit lane, making it near impossible for him to pull out a victory. While he didn't pull out a win, he had an unbelievable drive, finishing in 3rd to keep his title hopes alive. With just 3 races remaining in the 2025 season, the championship is likely going to come down to the final race. However, before the season finale in Abu Dhabi, Formula One will head to the Sin City for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. That's all from me. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
To wrap up the deeds of this day, the Lords Johnny and Landon shall face Zach and Michael in a weighty roundtable debate. Next, sundry members of our esteemed crew did venture forth into the world to partake in a field goal kicking challenge. The victor shall receive a prize of super secret nature known only to the wisest among us. Finally, Johnny doth return to bestow upon all of us his chosen selections for the week. Landon, Michael, Johnny, and Zach, the stage is now yours. Take it away.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on this freezing cold Monday afternoon, here to warm you up with a brand new red-hot roundtable. I'm Landon Bassoff, once again joined by Michael Tomasco. But as you can see here, we're welcomed by two new elite ball knowers here, Zach O'Brien, Johnny Pearson. We are looking at a huge controversy in recent NFL history. Many owners have called for this play to get banned, but it's still dominating short yardage offense. That's right, we're talking about the tush push. Michael, you definitely have some opinions. The floor is yours.
Listen, I am not a fan of this play at all. I'm with Micah Parsons on this one. He just recently tweeted out, "This is not football." Couldn't agree more, especially with them playing the Packers tonight. I want to see some real football. I don't want to see the quarterback.
But what
getting pushed
considers
around.
this not a football play to you?
Hey, they're just cheesing first downs. They're just cheesing first downs. How are they cheesing first downs?
Well, it's really more of a rugby play than a football play, and I mean, there's just no football skill involved in it. I mean, congratulations, you have a quarterback that can squat 600 pounds and deadlift 620 pounds.
Anyone can
have the most elite offensive line in the game.
So if anyone can do it, then why are people calling for it to get banned? Because anyone can do it.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's just free first downs. So many teams have voted against it. They were two votes away from this thing getting banned.
Hold on. So we're going to talk about this being a rugby play and not a football play right now, okay? So we're going to bring this argument up on your side. I'm going to say, how is this not a football play? We are going to penalize this team for just being outright stronger than the other team. I just don't see that. You don't see teams
it's just our guys versus your guys.
We're going to penalize the team for pushing the player over the offensive line. There's a false start on every single one of these plays. Every single one. Neutral zone infraction, false start. There's a million different penalties.
Take away the false start issue. You said just pushing guys, right? I mean, have you never seen when there's a ball carrier in the open field and the offensive line or other guys will come out and push him
completely different? Because you're working with momentum. You're working with momentum. You shouldn't be able to snap the ball, immediately have two guys push you tush, and then you automatically get the first down. That's anti-football. Anti-football.
I mean, I just don't get. I mean, you can use a tight end. You can use anyone. It's more an issue that anyone can do.
Well, we've seen teams recently come with the tight end out in the wildcat formation,
exactly.
and I'm more okay with them using their creativity for that. But just simply pushing the quarterback over the offensive line, committing way too many penalties. It's just I'm over it.
I mean, people have stopped it. Like you look at, I think the Minnesota Vikings was the team. They lay out a defensive lineman on the line of scrimmage, and that helps.
And I'm loving the creativity here, but I'm not seeing enough being done to combat this play with the efficiency that these teams need to do.
But I mean, everyone can do it. That's the thing. So why are you? It's 1 yard. I mean, the QB sneak was an issue.
But it's just not fun when it's 4th and 1 and the Eagles have 4th and 1 and
But they can fake it. They can fake it.
But they don't. But they don't. They don't fake it.
Yeah,
and I think faking it, that's another problem that you can add to it. Because you got all the entire defense loading up the line of scrimmage, makes it so easy for Jalen Hurts to just throw the ball back to Saquon, as we've seen before. It's completely unfair.
I mean, I don't think teams should be getting penalized for finding a slip in the cracks in the rules, if you will. Because I mean, they found a workaround with that.
I'm also finding a slip in the cracks in the rules because we've seen the officiating struggles from day one.
I mean, I agree there is issues with the false start, but I think
look at the play against the Giants. He pushed over the entire defensive line, and then they ruled him down. He was not down, and they stripped that ball out. That was a fumble that they did not call because they thought he was down. He wasn't. They're pushing the O-line down flat against the ground to rule these downs when he's not down.
I mean, then you got to have more guys on the line of scrimmage.
That's the unethical part.
I mean, I don't see the issue personally. I get that one time, Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball. Obviously, that's an officiating.
I just think it's going to lead to even more issues.
I mean, I don't
more than that's already.
I mean, we're not gonna get into that because obviously, we're running out of time here. I know we could talk about the tush push for hours, but it seems like we're out of time. We're now taking you over to Pat McAfee as him and the crew tackle a field goal challenge for a very large sum of non-existent cash.
All right, guys, we are here in God's country, a.k.a. Lawrence, Kansas, here doing a run-it-back kicking challenge. We're going to have 3 distances. Everyone's going to start 1, 2, 3, and we're going to see if they can nail all 3 of them. All right, who am I here with today?
Grant Shear.
Have you ever kicked before?
I have not.
Have you ever made fun of a kicker for missing a kick before?
Yes, I have.
You have? Now, what do you have to say? Do you think kicking is easy? Do you think you're going to be able to hit this?
I think I could hit it from probably 68, NFL record.
68? All right, let's see. Oh, that's money. Oh, it's money. All right, who am I here with?
Johnny Peterson.
Have you ever kicked a football before?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, never. Okay. Now, do you think kicking is hard?
I would say it's kind of hard.
Kind of hard. All right, have you ever blamed a kicker for missing a kick and that costing the game, or have you ever gotten mad at a kicker or said anything you regret about a kicker?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. What was yesterday?
I'm not gonna say it.
Money. Oh God. All right, who am I here with?
Xander Loosefelt.
All right, have you ever said anything bad about a kicker before?
Probably every week, yes.
Every week? All right, and now have you ever kicked before yourself?
I have not.
You have not. All right, so we're going to put him to the test here, see if you can knock down these 3 kicks.
I ain't hit a damn thing.
And who am I here with today?
Evan Childress.
All right, have you ever kicked before?
Middle school.
Middle school kicker, were you good?
Nah, just PE kind of practice.
All right. Now, have you ever said anything bad about a kicker before?
Oh, yes, I most definitely have.
You have? All right, we're going to put you to the test, see if you can hold up to that. Oh, just left.
A treat if you ain't eat a treat from. Did you eat?
Left! Idiot! You suck! What was that?
I don't know, man.
They look like Ben kicked it. Oh, he drilled it again! All right, that's all we have from here today. Today's winner is going to be Grant Shear. He's going to win an undisclosed cash prize. I don't know how much yet. It might be a Slim Chickens gift card. But thank you guys for watching. Now back to the show.
Wow. I hope you all excuse me as I sit here for a second and forget last week happened. Okay, I'm back. Just like a quarterback, I've got to have a short memory with my losses and keep moving forward. Let me tell you something. We are so back. This Monday, we've got the Green Bay Packers versus the defending champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. The line is at -1.5 for the Pack, and honestly, I'm really tight on this one. But when in doubt, take the Tush push. I'm going fly, Eagles fly tonight. Boys and girls, A.J. Brown is back. I like the mismatch on either Hobbs or Valentine. I think his absence has been very noticeable, and with him back, it opens up the offense so much more against a struggling Packers defense. Give me the birds tonight. Now let's have a conversation about Thursday. It's Xander's favorite team, and we are constantly reminded by it. It's the Patriots versus the Jets. Drake May versus Justin Fields. The line is in favor of the Patriots by 10.5 points. Let's break it down. Drake May, the last 5 games, has had 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Stephon Diggs has been a very solid wide receiver 1 for him, and a very solid run game has helped drive this team from the depths of relevancy the past couple years to now being a legitimate contender. The Jets just came off a win against arguably the worst team in the NFL, the Browns. However, the Jets are in the exact same argument. As much as I love Justin Fields, he's just not that good. The game means a lot more for the Patriots standings in the AFC West. I can't see any chance the Jets catch this dub on Thursday. The Patriots need it more. They're going to get it done easily, and I think they win by 14 plus. Give me the Pats. As always, have a fantastic week, make some money, and please bet responsibly. On to you, Kyler.
Okay. I can't do that anymore. My brain is hurting. I'm so sorry for that, and that won't happen again. I hope. I think this is a wonderful reminder of how far speech has come. I think we need to leave that talk in the very distant past. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today's show. Make sure to tune in to this Friday and next Monday's show for the freshest news at KU and in the pros. In the meantime, stay safe, bundle up for the winter, modernize your language, and run it back.